Welcome back to our second day of meditations for our Advent season, and we're going to continue on our theme of hope. To start off, I have a quote from Barbara Kingsolver. The very least you can do in your life is figure out what you hope for, and the most you can do is live inside that hope. Not admire it from a distance, but live right in it, under its roof. I love that concept of not just admiring hope from a distance, but actually living in it. And I think that's very reflective of the hymn that I have chosen for today, which is hymn 482 out of the Episcopal Hymnal. And it's entitled Lord of All Hopefulness. So take a few moments, settle into the place where you are right now. Take a deep breath or two. Let go of all those things that are racing around inside your head. And let's hear what our offering is for today. Lord of all hopefulness, Lord of all joy, whose trust, ever childlike, no cares could destroy. Be there at our waking, and give us, we pray, your bliss in our hearts, Lord, at the break of day. Lord of all eagerness, Lord of all faith, whose strong hands were skilled at the plane and the lathe. Be there at our labor, and give us, we pray, your strength in our hearts, Lord, at the noon of the day. Lord of all kindliness, Lord of all grace, your hands swift to welcome, your arms to embrace. Be there at our homing, and give us, we pray, your love in our hearts, Lord, at the eve of the day. Lord of all gentleness, Lord of all calm, whose voice is contentment, whose presence is balm. Be there at our sleep, and give us, we pray, your peace in our hearts, Lord, at the end of the day. These lyrics were written by Jan Struth. And Jan Struthfer lived from June 6th of 1901 until July 20th of 1953. She was an author who was best known for her creation of the character Mrs. Miniver, who was first created when the author was asked to write a series of columns for a local paper. And she was told to write the columns about, quote, an ordinary sort of woman who leads an ordinary sort of life, rather like yourself. Now, while the character led a life of contentment, Creator herself had a difficult life, full of trials and challenges. One biographer described her as a contradiction. She was a woman who wrote an idyllic life, but struggled with severe mental health issues. Her sense of hopefulness that comes through this and her other hymns helps the listener to see how belief that God's presence in our lives can make a difference. The image of God in this hymn gives us that hope. As it says in the book of Isaiah, but those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar like wings, like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. So here's some questions to ponder throughout the rest of your day. When you read or hear read these particular lyrics, what kind of an image of God comes to mind? What was the first image? And maybe when it went on, what were other images that came to the forefront of them? What do these images or that one image coincide with your usual images of God? How are they the same? Or how are they different? And what does it mean to consider that God is the Lord of all hopefulness? Well, hopefully, this will give you a few things to contemplate on as you go about the rest of your day today. Thank you again for joining me, and I hope to see you back again tomorrow. And until then, take good care, and may God continue to bless.